The impact of metaphors is at 4 levels. The first level is individual. What is the purpose of life? For me, for you, for anybody. That purpose is typically stated in certain metaphoric manner. Some people who are only interested in money think about becoming rich as a metaphor, and they go after that. Some talk about materials, accumulating materials. They're using the machines and mechanics metaphor. Some talk about education, which is the cultural metaphor, learning and learning and learning more, becoming wiser. Some talk about service. This is not about getting, but about giving. And so getting versus giving are 2 different categories of metaphors individuals talk about when they are looking at their individual metaphors. As a group, in an organization or even as a family, we are often thinking about metaphors, and those metaphors reflect our values and our ambitions, and they are very powerful nomenclature, if you will, as to how we are performing as a group. It could become a group could become a team, and vice versa. So, and what are the differences there? Organizations, that's the third level of impact. As organizations, you may have seen metaphors in the mission statements, in the vision statements, in the goals, in the processes. Sometimes teams are called tiger teams. Now, they're not tigers really who are going to eat up other people, but they're really going out to go get something in a very sharp, fast, quick, and reliable manner. Finally, nations. Let me talk about that for a minute. At the national level as well, metaphors reveal a lot. USA, America, for example, the metaphor of the American dream parades a lot. In Singapore, discipline as a metaphor shapes the nation. In South Korea, exceptionalism is very important, and so most of the companies there try to become exceptional people. Children, when growing up, are taught to be exceptional, and they're striving hard on their education and other systems so that they exceed, even though they do not have that many natural resources. So there is a strong feedback loop, actually, that pervades it. And so I'll take a minute to talk a little bit about the nations and what it means, because this is about as much on nations we'll talk. In the book you can see more. I am interested in making sure that national leaders also get this message. There is a strong feedback loop between political and economic institutions and the roles they play together. Their structures vest power in different ways. And these are the choices that societies make in which their institutions are held. So we as a society would make in one society one set of choices, and they would define those institutions, and their institutional mechanisms of politics versus economics will define what kind of a nation we are becoming. It's a very good leading indicator and a powerful window into how the populace of a particular people is doing. When incongruous or indifferent or intentionally confounding metaphors are in coexistence between social, economic, and political institutions, they deter a nation from achieving their highest potential. But metaphors of institutions can provide deep insights into the choices of the nations. And if you change those institutional metaphors, you can improve the conditions of the nation. So this is about as much as we had to say about nations. I'm going to move now towards our main interest, which is corporations and management in general, where metaphors are, as I said, very pervasive, but have not been studied as systematically as we have been able to do over the last several years.